Hello everyone, I'm George Coll. Welcome to part 4 of Cedar Cove. This is in Canyonlands. Wow, this is turning into a long painting, and I think we have a couple more sessions at least to go. So if you want to learn how to do a large painting, this is a good example of how to do one. So follow along with me. If you want the image that I'm painting from, besides what you're seeing on your screen, the actual photo image, go to my website, georgecoll.podia.com / and sign up to be on my mailing list. And I will send you out a thing called Student Updates, and that's where I send these images out every week, at least the ones I'm painting and going to do a taping on. So, wow, today was, we discovered a new green, and we worked up in here in this shadowy mountain. I think that's all I need to say. Get outside and paint. Paint with your friends. Get critiques, and don't be intimidated by a white canvas. All right, let's get to painting. Thanks for coming by. Hello, and welcome to part 4 of this large 18 by 24 painting that we're doing here in our studio. Whew, I still think, when I came in here this morning, I didn't like the green, so I've been experimenting with this new color, and I'm going to share it with you, because when I look at the reference, we just have more green. So I'm going to work on the greens, then we'll get up into the cliffs. That's the plan for today. All right, so how do we make this new green? Okay, so let's go ahead and what I'm introducing is a new color, which is Viridian by Rembrandt, number 616. So I squeeze some of that out, and I'm going to mix that with some titanium white, and then mix a good old regular green that we usually make. I'll show you. So here is the Rembrandt, here is the white, here's the white. Now I'm going to make a ultra blue, and this time I'm going to add some Hansa Yellow Deep. Hansa Yellow Deep. And add some of that in there, and it makes for a nice rich green. Maybe a little bit more white. And a little bit more Viridian by Rembrandt. Well, I think I made enough product. That's a big pile. And let's give it a try. This time I'm going to start using my number 2 Rosemary Series 2025. Because I just want some richer greens in here. And here we go. And I'm going to introduce some of that down in here too. I just picked up this morning, I looked at it and I said, I've got too many gray greens in this thing. I want some better greens to tell the story here. I hope my canvas is secured in there enough. Now let's see what we can do about lightening some of this up here a little bit with some white and a little bit of light gray. And I'm going to add some warmth to it, so some transparent oxide red. There we go. That seems to have some positive effect. Oh, that is nice. I think that transparent oxide red, just a touch of it, has What about some good stuff here? Oh, that's nice. Oh, thank you, transparent oxide red. Okay, now let's get into this big tree here. I'm going to go in with this pile that I have, the Ultra Blue and the Hansa Yellow Deep, and get in here with that. Now don't cover up all your nice dark, okay? If you need some more blue, get it in there. Get your Hansa back in there. And let's do the same over on this side. And let's mix some of the lighter color into the darker color. And let's go on the outside and add some lighter stuff here to this tree. So we want to still say we're in front, but we want a little bit of the mixture that we just made in there to show light. Whew, so far so good. And let's get some more light in here. And other places. And let's get some of this stuff with the transparent oxide red in it down in here. I think we have to go back to a darker color too. Let's go back to blue, transparent oxide red, and continue with the shadow of this tree. This was an early morning time that I was visiting this location in Canyonlands area. All right, let's go to some lighter variation here. I'm just knocking off some of the tops of the greens in the background colors. And I'm going to make some more silvery lighter stuff down in here. Don't lose those nice darks down there. All right, back to dark blue. Let's go transparent oxide brown now and reestablish some darks. I'm going to leave this for now and come back later. And a few more darks. That was a little too brown in that. A little too blue in this. Let's get back to some darks. And some rich, rich greens. What's they need? Rich greens. Alrighty, let's get back into the mountains. So, when I look at a painting, I try to figure out which stage I'm in. And right now I'm still trying to balance things. I'm really trying to match the colors that I see. Now photographs lie to you a lot. And that's why plein air painting is so important in this business. And I'm cleaning my palette and getting ready for the next step. Let's work on the dark side and get back and take a good look at where we think we should be doing. And I mean it, get back and look at your painting. And let's just really go in here and sorry for my back here, but what I'm doing is really zooming in here on my computer to just concentrate, first of all, on that area right in here. This is where my computer is looking right now. And they've got some grays, they've got some dull pinks. So we're going to start working on dull pinks. So let's start with the lizard, some cad red, some white. Let's add a touch of dark gray. And the dark gray is Cold Gray by Remington 717. A little bit more dark gray. Dark gray. And we need something with some orange in it, also with a dark gray. So let's go some white and some cad red, or cad orange, titanium white, and I'm going to add some gray to that. Add some more pigment in there, not that much. And I think we've got it. So I'm going to get my brighter pigments down and then work on top of it because I usually put them in a little too bright. And this other color is going to knock it down, which is kind of a gray purple. So let's go to a number 4 Rosemary Long Flat Series 279. Just a touch of color in here. Need more gray. More gray. There we go. Get a little bit more red in here. And now let's work it down with the same brush. Squeezing it out, making it dry. And getting this kind of gray, red, purpley color, and working down some of the oranges. Flipping my brush over, reloading, working so far. And I want to get back to see if it's too bright or too dull. Well, that's showing up nicely. Kind of looks like a cliff. Well, let's add more gray to the red. I'm going to go dark gray. And there's a seam here that I'm going to put some gray in. And now I need a lighter gray on top, so I'm going to mix some lighter gray into the red. I'm going to add a little ultra blue to it. And smear that across the top. Darker. And I see some of that down in here too. Okay. And I see gray on the upper part with more ultra blue. I hit too much ultra blue in there. And let's get some of that in up here. And some of it comes down in here and in here and in here. Okay, I need to lighten this area up here, in this area. So I'm going, it's more red, so I'll go back to alizarin. I'm adding some titanium white to it. And I'm going to go in here, it's got to go darker. Add a little gray, a little darker. There it is. By God, I think he's got it. I think that one's working out pretty good. Now I see some foliage over here, so I have that dark green from left over. And I'm going to add some green to it, the lighter green that we had left over from up in here. And I'm going to start putting some of those green colors in here. There's also some hunk of darks in there, so let me go back to blue and transparent oxide brown. Blue, blue. I'm going to add some alizarin to it to give it some purpley look to it. And there's some darks in here. And in here. And let's go back to the green, the mixture of light and dark, and put some more of that in here. And we're going to emphasize some of it in along the wall, which I think is just the junipers in shadow. And some of it can come down into the lower section also. Oh boy. I think I have too much of an abrupt end here. I think I need to have that, it's too abrupt. I need to angle it more. So I'm clean my brush, I dried it again, and I bring that up into there. I'm going to see some darker blue and red darker purples. It was ultra blue and alizarin mixture, and I'm putting that in a few places. Because there's some division here. These rocks. Kind of going along here, seeing what I see. And I see some green up there too, so I'm going to put some juniper color up in there. But not too much. Not too much. And I'm making it seem more blue and more red. Make it a little bit darker purple. I'll lighten it by going down into the lower mixture. That's why I have this overhead camera, because you kind of get a feeling of what I am doing. I need more gray in there. That's too blue up there. So I'm adding gray to the mixture. This was the light gray, and I'll kill some of the blue. And we need some light back in there, so I add some light to the mixture, and voila. And voila again. I was a little stingy of orange on top, so I'm going to put some orange now in here, in just a few places. And that was a little too much, so I'm going to dull it down with an overlay of gray, light gray. Just enough. Okay. Now we have some light coming through from the top, but let me put this number 4279 to the side and go to a smaller brush, which is a Rosemary 2025. Forgive me, I'm checking on my time. Ooh, 7.5 minutes to go. We're doing good. So we're going to go to the mixture of the dark and the light color here for some of the green stuff that I see on top. And now we're going to go with Naples and titanium white. A little bit of transparent oxide red. And I've got some darks in this brush. I have to clean it out a little bit more. And get ready for some hard application. And some of the rocks are lit. And some are not. Some titanium white and some transparent oxide red. Transparent oxide red with titanium is a very nice desert color. It's got a lot of uses. Boy, this one is a challenge. I like these little trickles of light coming down here. Just little bits. And let's get some lighter green right up on this dark guy right here. And break it up with some lights. And this one is a little too obvious. Getting some of this lighter green. In the dark area. All right. I still need some dark, so I'm going to make some blue and some alizarin. Blue and alizarin. And this is going to be a dark area. That last line was a little too dark. So let me go back with a lighter purple and knock him down. Too dark right in there. All right. When I got critiqued the other day by my professional friends, he said, you don't have enough darks, so and I think I'm good on darks. But I'm certainly dealing with it now. All right, so let's put some more dabs of this nice green we have in some places. And then go over to the light side. Now we worked on that yesterday, and I'm getting a fresh eye on it today. So let's get some of this really nice color that we made for the junipers and put some of that up in here. We've got junipers coming up here. Junipers are coming and going in various places. There's kind of a green tint to the middle rock. There's three parts of this rock, like it's A, B, and C, and I think the same as over here, A, B, and C. But this one, I'm going to have to add some purples in a few places. And some greens in the way of junipers. A little bit. I'm going to expand this a little bit. I'm moving my computer over so I can see it better. Okay, move over. Yeah, these are a little too bright on top, so I'm going to add some Naples, transparent oxide red, and white. I need to mix up more clean white. Excuse me while I do that. Boy. All right, drying this brush out. And these are kind of, they're redder at the top. More orange on the top, maybe a touch of pink or viridian. My pink's all dried out. And let's get to some orange. And that's way too bright, so we'll lighten it up. And let's lighten it even more as it goes down here. It's lighter down here on the bottom. All right. That's my timer. I need to bring this 30-minute session to an end. But play around on those cliffs, and I will see you for, let's see, part 5 tomorrow. Wow, this has turned into quite a long painting. That's okay. Geez, we only got, what, 2 hours in this thing. So with that, I'm bringing this to a close and saying thank you for hanging in there. All right, see you in number 5.